Yeah, Buffalo Bills fans really do have something to shout about tonight. Celebrating an agreement to move forward with a new stadium to keep the team in Western New York.
Great day for Western New York, for the Bills, for the NFL.
Good evening, I'm Don Alhart. The $1.4 billion deal for a new stadium approved by the NFL today keeps the team in Western New York for the next 30 years. Sports Director Mike Catalana joining us now with all the details on the stadium deal.
Yeah, Don, the Bills are getting that stadium, and it is a big money deal, close to $1.5 billion. So who's paying for it? Where will it be located? What will it be like? And when will it open? Here's a breakdown of the plan. The agreement between the Bills, New York State, and Erie County keeps the team in Orchard Park for an additional 30 years.
Great day for Western New York, for the Bills, for the NFL.
The public funding is $850 million, $600 from New York State, another $250 from Erie County. The rest is from the Bills owners, the Pagulas, and from the NFL.
I'm really proud that this will be built by union labor. Over 10,000 jobs. This is the largest construction project in the history of Western New York.
The new stadium will be built right across the street from Highmark Stadium. It will be an outdoor, open-air stadium with a grass field, no dome, and it will seat between 60 and 62,000.
Built for Buffalo. I heard Coach say today he wants it loud. Yeah. Trust me, it will be loud. It will be intense. It will be intimate. It'll take a lot of the great features of Highmark right now, which is the unbelievable sight lines, bring them over to the new stadium in a modern, really state-of-the-art way.
Each season ticket will require a PSL. That's a personal seat license. It's basically you pay for the right to purchase a season ticket. The next step is to extend the Bills' current lease at Highmark Stadium to take them to 2026, when the new stadium is expected to open. Now, that current Bills lease at Highmark Stadium does expire at the end of this current year, but the two sides have already been working on that extension, again, to take them to 2026, when it's expected this new stadium will be done.
In this week's Addicted America, a closer look at gambling. The approval of mobile sports betting in New York is shining a new light on this issue. As 13 Wham's Matt Malloy explains, gambling is often referred to as the hidden addiction.
The Rochester skyline lit up to raise awareness for problem gambling.
We've seen an increase in calls over the past year or so now, especially with this ramp up with mobile sports betting.
Jenna Hochul is team leader of the Finger Lakes Problem Gambling Resource Center. The organization has a neutral stance on gambling. It exists to raise awareness about gambling addiction.
Problem gambling is dubbed the hidden addiction, and with real cause, too, because you can easily hide your behaviors, whereas if you are struggling with another addiction, it's not as easy to hide.
Recently, the center has received more calls from people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s seeking help as mobile sports betting takes off in New York.
It's instantaneous. The instantaneous gratification, you can pick up your phone anywhere, and if you have the app installed on your phone, you can place a bet. And when you see all of those advertisements for all of the mobile sports betting apps, it just is a cause for concern also, because we want to make sure that we're front and center as well, because anytime that you increase the availability and accessibility, you're bound to increase potential problems with that.
It's estimated that problem gambling impacts as many as 8 million Americans every year.
We've noticed that some folks that call in have gotten P.O. boxes, have gotten extra credit cards, have cashed out retirement savings. It's all across the board. It's a very individualized disease, but that's what I want to stress. It is a brain disease.
Mobile sports betting has generated more than $70 million in tax revenue in New York. Some of that will go to problem gambling prevention, treatment, and recovery services. Hochul says the funding is critical to their work. The Finger Lakes Center allows people to call or email if they need help.
We make it easy because we don't want the person that's struggling to, jump through hoops. We want to make sure that they get connected to that care in that moment.
There seems to be more sticker shock this year when homeowners open their property tax assessments for 2022. As Dalton Williams reports tonight, some of that can be attributed to the red-hot housing market.
Many homeowners will see a higher property tax bill this year if their property has been reassessed. One local real estate agent says she's seeing a trend that assessed values are lagging behind the sharp rise in market values.
One of the things we're seeing quite a bit is that the properties people are putting offers in on, the assessed value is a lot lower than the market value. So we know that when towns go to reassess, they will be looking at that, and we are preparing our buyers that your tax rate will go up. Maybe not the rate, but the amount of taxes that they're paying.
A hot housing market can be good and bad for homeowners. Their property is worth more, but that eventually comes with a higher tax bill at assessment time. In Monroe County, one homeowner says he's seeing an increase on his home by $35,000. Another man, $41,000.
There's neighborhoods now, we just did a townwide assessment last year, and people got hit pretty hard. There were 15, 20, 25, 30% increases in their assessments.
But with the housing market so volatile, some local supervisors are suggesting to their town assessors this might not be the best time to increase their values.
I've suggested that maybe this isn't a good time to continue to increase values based on the fact that houses are selling for this $20,000 to $50,000 over their asking prices, and certainly even well over the assessed value.
Glenn says home prices can't go up indefinitely and that she expects the hot market will cool off soon.